Hi. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about emotional regulation. And actually, let me just talk, yeah, like briefly about myself. I'm actually a master's student in psychology and psychotherapy. And I actually created this channel because I wanted to raise awareness on certain topics, like mental health, like certain topics from psychology, and I wanted to address, various topics on the LGBTQIA plus community. So, I want to just start by saying that I want to create this safe space where we actually get to explore certain and various topics, and actually have chosen this topic because in our daily life, in our day-to-day life, actually it has like a very big importance, to just talk about emotions. um yeah, negative emotions maybe, because you see we live in a society where certain experiences are somehow, yeah, are somehow um more traumatic and more have like a more emotional depth, and I wanted to create this safe platform where we can actually just address and to just I wanted to just come with my own perspectives. What is emotional regulation? Well, from my perspective, actually, emotional regulation has certain steps because, yeah, we need to name the emotion. Like I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling overwhelmed. You know, by actually naming the emotion, we can define we can define an experience. So we can define also the emotion that gets attached to that experience, I would say. So when we actually name the emotion, we get to validate that emotion. And how do we validate our emotions? So we validate our emotions actually by being present with these emotions and sensations. And I want to talk about also the somatic part of emotional regulation, because this is like also a very important aspect to this main topic, to emotional regulation. So, by validating our emotions, we we get to create an anchor, in the present moment. Okay, I'm sitting with this emotion, like I'm sitting with my grief, I'm sitting with my um frustration, or with my sadness, or with my anger, or with my anxiety. These are like very hard emotions. These emotions have like very, very deep, um very deep effects on our states and moods. And they can persist, of course. They can persist in our lives. So, actually, if we are able to validate our emotions and our experiences, well, we get to actually identify those triggers that somehow um, somehow created this opportunity for these emotions to arise. And what can be these triggers? Actually, these triggers, I would say personally, if I'm relating to my experiences, these triggers can come from our past, our past experiences, from our childhood, maybe, when we have lived certain traumatic experiences, and we were we were maybe trapped in that experience, you see, without having any any like strategy, you see, any like a healthy strategy, a coping way to just move through those experiences, to just help ourselves, to just give, to somehow reshape and resize these negative experiences. So let's just talk about, for a quick minute, on the strategies, because I just mentioned that we have some strategies, you see. And what are these strategies that we could use to actually enhance our experiences that we sense in the present moment, and that we actually live in the present moment? And let me just tell you that quickly. We all have unhealthy coping mechanisms, and we all have those experiences and situations where we choose the most easiest way to cope with these negative feelings and sensations. So yes, we choose to overeat, over drink, over watch series or binge watch series, or to just doom scroll through the internet or through social media. We all have that experiences, of course, and I personally would would classify these coping strategies, quote unquote, as unhealthy. Unhealthy in a way that it is not adaptive. So by actually using these methods, we don't actually create a safe platform for us to just process these negative emotions, like anger, like anxiety. Anxiety is really, it's like really a heavy feeling, you know. So let's just talk about actually those strategies that could work and could help us to just find that connection in the present moment, with which we can actually connect with ourselves and connect with these heavy emotions. You see, we tend to avoid them, we tend to escape, we tend to run away from them, but unfortunately, or fortunately, they are keep coming back. So these emotions and sensations, they are keep coming back to us because they want to be acknowledged, they want to be actually um, present in a way, that want to raise awareness, you know, in our lives, that okay, we have these negative emotions, and we actually need to find a way to deal with them, create solutions, you know, not just just putting a band-aid on them, but creating a solution. It is like so important. And also we get to maybe find new ways to manage through these difficult situations. So I would actually want to describe certain possible strategies that I actually like, and I actually found that it is a good resource to access. I would say on meditation, or physical activities like jogging, or mindfulness meditations, or doing yoga, or actually just doing physical activities, like walking, um, yeah, could actually help you to move out of that, literally to move out of that, yeah, negative, let's call it negative, quote unquote. So felt negative experience, because we know that movement actually creates a more healthier dynamic. So certain energies can move through the body, and this is where I would actually bring in the somatic part of emotional regulation. So what is this somatic part? It is actually, by psychosomatics, we mean that certain negative experiences that we actually have lived in the past are present in our body, and they can actually, yeah, they can actually make us sick in a way, you see, because built up anger, we know that built up anger, it creates um like a good way for certain heart diseases. And we also know that actually when we experience depression, when we experience depression, certain areas in our bodies um, are more, yeah, more unregulated, or underregulated, like certain brain areas. So how does these psychosomatics or somatics could help us? Well, um, let me just quickly and briefly introduce some of the actual aspect that I have seen. So some of the movements actually could help us to just move through those negative experiences, those negative felt experiences, like jumping, like jumping or tapping your hands, just tapping your hands, I don't know, to a surface, or just giving your head a massage, just giving your head a nice massage could also help. Or gently, yeah, just gently touching your leg, or touching your hands, you know, like up and down, could also help to get out of that uncomfortable or maybe heavy, yeah, feelings and emotions, that we can actually feel. So a connection, you see, psychosomatic, it is a connection with our bodies. We establish a connection with our bodies, which is safe and secure, because for some of us, we overregulate our bodies, and for some of us, we underregulate our bodies. So underregulation would mean that we repress a lot of things. We repress a lot of things. We deny a lot of things. We cope in a way that it is not healthy for our bodies. And yeah, when we overregulate, we actually tend to, I don't know, maybe drink too much, maybe do something in excess, um, when we exaggerate certain behaviors, that could mean that actually we have this overregulation in our bodies. Okay, so this would be like a very brief introduction into somatics and psychosomatics from my personal point of view. So this is from my personal point of view. This is like so important to say. Okay, so actually there are some other strategies that are more soft and more just based on our needs, like talking through emotions, like calling a friend and talking through emotions, or journaling, to just write about certain aspect, and to just journal in your personal journal about your feelings about these negative felt experiences. Yeah, and be present with yourself. Notice when you actually need a break, and you can just take it. Just have a break. Have a break when you need to actually need some space. You can just, I don't know, make yourself a good, nice of cup of tea and just have 5 minutes, you see, because that is like actually important to your body also and to your soul. A good sleep hygiene, yes, like our body needs actually like certain rules, like a good sleep could actually help in a way to create those secure secure base to just move to that level, that okay, I will try to actually pay attention to my own needs. And of course, there is always, you can consider therapy is always useful if you have access to it and if it's an option for you. Okay guys, so hope I could bring you some useful and resourceful strategies. And please like, share, and subscribe, because this is the only way that I can continue coming up with contents. I hope this is valuable for you, and I wish you a nice day. Take care. Have a nice day. Goodbye.